Well, let me show you my pear trees. They are pretty much loaded down. Got a lot of wasps buzzing around them right now. I don't like wasps. That limb right there is just about to break. I've already pulled some of them off, and it's just loaded down. The whole tree was covered pretty well, and still is. I mean, there's still a lot of pears. Some have already been eaten by varmints. Some have fallen. I've already eaten them. Like I say, we picked a few. They're not really quite ripe yet. I like to wait to maybe I don't know. It's usually about this time of year, but they just don't seem quite as tasty, quite as sweet. As they normally do. I don't know, they're pretty dang good. Anyway, this one is Orient. Supposedly an Asian pear, but not really. But the variety is called Orient. And this has been my best producer by far. Some of these are softball size. That one right in the middle of the screen is a softball size. Those three are softball size. And they do get real sweet. Again, right now, not quite. So I think they're not still, you know, like a week or two away. Boy, juicy, but not as sweet as I remember them being. So, I'm gonna finish this pear, but let's look over here. Now these two I planted when I first came out here. These are 30-year-old trees, I would imagine, maybe more. And I don't remember which one is which. One of them is a Moonglow, one of them is a Bradford. But this is the first year that they've really produced pretty well. They normally don't. They pollinate my Orient. I'm happy to have them because they do pollinate, but they just never really produce viable fruit. But this year, lo and behold, some pretty good pears. Pretty good clusters. So, look at that. They're not big, but they're there. So anyway, one of them is a Moonglow, one of them is a Bradford, and I do not know which is which. And some of you might could tell just from the shape of the pear. Maybe I need to do some research on that, and I can label them right. But as you can see, the dead limbs got a little pear blight. The older varieties like this are real susceptible to what's called pear blight, and I've had to trim the limbs out a couple of times. I radically, you can see some of the marks on it, some of the limbs that I cut off, radically tore them up pretty good this spring. They were just all in the way. This was kind of sticking out here. Just couldn't mow around it with my mower. So I came in here and pruned them pretty hard. Even this one, this is the Orient again, the backside of the Orient. And even this one I pruned pretty hard. All of them are, you know, a little, or that one is kind of misshapen as far as what you would want a pear tree to look like, but shoot, as long as it's producing, who cares what it looked like, right? Anyway, just want to show you the pear trees. I have got lots and lots of pears up there. I've got a long 12-foot pole, picker pole. And for the tall ones, that's how I get them. Again, this is not bad, but I just remember it being a little bit sweeter in past years. And the Orient by far outproduces, but I believe it's going to need a pollinator. I'm not sure, but I believe it's going to need a pollinator. So if you were to go get one, that would be what I would do. Make sure you got a pollinator, which is a tree of a different variety that would bloom at the same time. So the bees would find both of them, pollinate each other. All right, just wanted you to take a look at the pears. Got a lot on the ground. Wasps and bees all over them. They like them when they hit the ground, and especially if I come through the mower and chop them up, boy, they're on them. And I don't particularly care for wasps, so I don't get too close to them. That little cluster right there in the middle, all two of those are softball size, big pears. And it's shaped like that. Most all of them, they're not necessarily round, but they're, you know, like that. And my teeth print. Anyway, that's it. Pears on the farm. My apples produced great. Never had an apple crop like this. And almost every one of them were stolen by something. Coon, squirrel, possum, something. Got almost all of them. I got a few, but got almost all of them. Made me sick. Figs. We've already had a pretty good picking of figs. And the apples too. Those two are apples. Those are Anna. And they were loaded down. And anyway, most everything was ate by a varmint. That is a Fuji apple. And man, oh man, it had probably 100 apples on it. I mean, and this is after I thinned it hard. And shoot, I just got a few. Something came through just within a few days and just ate them all. Next year, maybe a net or something. Maybe a hot wire around the tree. That makes a lot of sense. Put a little hot wire around the tree and watch them. Anyway, I wanted to mainly show you the pears because that's what's growing right now. Orient pear, it's a good one. And we are gone.